Typeforms. Anyone use Typeforms? Yes, another one they don't know about. Okay. So most of the internet, I don't know if you've realised, but most of the internet is filling out forms. Right? I think if you're an online marketer or if you're doing any kind of business online, the success of your business is directly related to how many forms your customers are filling out, preferably with an email address or a credit card, right? Because if they're not subscribing and they're not buying, then you haven't really got a business. So there are so many forms on the internet, and form usability is the most broken thing on the internet ever. Every time I go to Ticketek, and my team's in the finals this year, we're playing Hawthorn. I barrack for the Crows, and I'm an Adelaide boy, and we're playing Hawthorn this week. So I've spent a lot of time on Ticketek trying to buy tickets, right? And I always feel like I'm claustrophobic in the fields where you put your name and there's no padding, you know. And I'm like, how much money do these guys make a year, and they can't even get their forms right? So I think forms are the most broken thing, and I think forms actually let a lot of us down in terms of our conversions and our cart abandon rates, because people get it halfway through a form and they just get confused, and then there's a cat on YouTube skiing, right? So all of a sudden, I'm lost, right? Typeforms solves that problem. Yes, Mike? Typeform.com. There we go. Thank you very much. Typeform, singular, not plural. So Typeform fixes that problem. It literally is forms done awesomely. And I'll show you an example. I'll just show you two examples, I think. So here's an example of a part of a testimonial that you might send to a client. Has anyone ever done a Net Promoter Score? Yeah? Thank you very much, Shane, for teaching me about Net Promoter Scores, by the way. I'm going to go back here. Here we go. So Net Promoter Score is basically where you send an email out to your database and to your customers, not your subscribers, but your customers, and you say, one question, how likely are you to recommend us to your friends? From 1 to 10. And then what you do is you rank, so here Product Hunt is saying, how likely are you to attend a Product Hunt Toronto event again? Kind of a similar thing. And you rank from 0 to 10. Your 8, 9s, 10s are your promoters, your 5, 6, 7 are your neutrals, and your below 5s are your detractors. And then you run a whole bunch of fancy math equation and you come up with a number. And that number determines, you benchmark against the competitors in your space, and that determines how well you're currently serving your existing customers. So the problem with even a simple survey like this is if you don't make it a beautiful experience and really easy for your customers to fill it out, you might not get accurate data, or you might not get any data, right? So for example, the Net Promoter Score form that Infusionsoft produces out of the box is bloody horrible, and I would not send it to any of my customers. So we design a custom Net Promoter Score form which integrates with Infusionsoft. Typeform does forms amazingly. It will increase the kind of data you get and also the quality of the data you get. So awesome for doing testimonials, and also awesome for doing surveys. Huh? Yeah. So what if you'd said you wanted surveys? Huh? Yeah, you were wondering how I was doing that, weren't you? So this is a survey for a company, and they just want to know what your what your salary was before you joined their program. Yeah. So typeform.io for doing surveys.